This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel here at Overland East in Virginia. Just bumped into Jerry here. Jerry has a vintage Ford Econoline van that is fully off-road capable, and he has a DIY camper build on the inside. And this thing is pretty cool. He's gonna give us a tour inside and out, so join us.
Hey Patrick, how you doing? We're here at Overland Expo. My name is Jerry Bane, and I'm gonna take you around my Ford Econoline van. Let's start at the front. So the front bumper, we wanted an off-road look, so we went with a 1974 Warn winch with the Evo. Underneath, we've got a Dana 60. This is a 92 Dana 60 on the front, and we're running, of course, we're running the BFG KM3 tires. We're also running the trail gear Beadlocks because we do a lot of guiding in West Virginia, and we do air down quite a bit. So while we're guiding and we're air down, we like that beadlock. Inside on the suspension, it's all Skyjacker. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, Skyjacker suspension, we got with them a few years ago. We absolutely love it. We went with the Barnes 4-wheel drive, hooked us up with some enduro joints, and we had some custom suspension made in the front for that. We've put about 70,000 miles on this van in the last 4 years. So we have been to Maine, Canada a couple times. We've been to Baja, Mexico, of course Pismo Beach, Los Angeles, Washington State. We went all the way down to Key West on one trip. We boogied down one side of the beach coast and came back up the other, and we camped the whole time. Guys, we have KCs on the front, of course, and for a vintage build, you got fuzzy dice and the KC lights. What else could you ask for? Over here on the right-hand side, we do use the WeBoost. And we also have a CB, and then we have a VHF for comms. So let's move on back. So the van itself, we'll go ahead and walk you inside. So when we built the van in West Virginia, since we do a lot of guide work, West Virginia is all canopy. So we knew we couldn't do a high top, so we built the van inside specifically so you would never have to stand up. And what I mean by that is both front seats swivel, and then we have a little propane stove right here in the front. So if I'm cooking, I'll be sitting in this seat cooking. Tina sits here, she preps, and then if you want to swing around there, of course, we have the Dometic refrigerator. And then right over here in the back corner is our sink. And if you want to go ahead and slide in there. So with our sink, let me go ahead and move this real quick. So that's our sink, so if you're gonna brush your teeth or wash dishes, you'll just sit right here. So the way this van was designed, Patrick, is to never have to stand up. You just move from station to station to station, all right? We got the EcoFlow 12-volt air conditioning system. We've used this a lot. This thing works really good. This is the Wave 1. They now have the Wave 2 and the Wave 3 out, but we really like this one. Of course, we have the fan in the roof 99% of the time. With the Max Air fan, guys, we never have to use the air conditioning. What else? We have, of course, we have 26-inch television. The van is set up with a MiFi setup, so when we're on the road, Patrick, we just stream whatever we're watching at home, and that works out real good for us, as long as we have cell service. The van was originally built, we have the tables here. These are the Laguna mounts. Here and here, we didn't bring our tables with us, but this van is set up that my wife and I can both work remotely with dual screens. So that's always a plus. You got a couple of cabinets there that we put our stuff in. We got 2 cabinets above the stove, and then we did a custom backsplash. Got some sun chips and some chicken fritters. All right, so that's the basic inside of the van. If you want to walk around the back, so everybody knows you never have room for all your stuff. So last year, I built this rear bumper, dual swing arms. And what I didn't like was one company makes an aftermarket, and it's just way too big. So when I designed this one, I built a backbone system behind it and then used the factory bumper as nothing more than a cover. We also have the entire camper set up, so if we are pulling into a campsite or whatever, we'll just plug in our umbilical cord and we'll hook up as normal. Up on top, we got 300 watts of solar if you want to get up there. We got 300 watts of solar on the roof. We use that to, of course, keep us charged up when we're down in Mexico or wherever. And then we built this custom rack on top as well to put, there is a fuel extra 5-gallon mount over on the side. So on the back, we hung our spare tire and then of course our Blue Ridge Overland Gear trash bag. We keep a cooler up here for extra water if we're on the road. This is our propane tank. We run power tank to air up and down, and this is for our shower. Let's go ahead and open it up. So I put the dual latches on here, so if a latch fails, it still won't open. So we did that, and then we also put the latch stop. Now don't mind the dust, because we've been on the road for 5 weekends straight, but this is the back. So, back here is where we keep all the important stuff. Go ahead. So we have our Boss base camp shower system. So what's nice about that is, and then we have an extra couple of batteries there. What's nice about that is we keep everything here, so in the event that we need to shower like we will this weekend, we keep everything for our shower system in here, including an extra shower curtain. So the way the van's set up to shower is we'll hang that shower curtain between these two doors, and then you'll stand here and you'll go ahead and take a shower. And this shower curtain keeps that rain from getting, or that water from getting inside. We keep our towels there on the back. We got a little extra storage underneath, and that's the garage area.
This is an awesome van, Jerry. I appreciate the opportunity to showcase it on the show. Now, it's a 1989, so they
Correct.
built these, what, from the 70s all the way till 91?
Yeah, so this van specifically is considered a third-gen Econoline van. It was built from 1975 to 1991. In 1991, they went to the 4th gen, and those are the more rounded ones that a lot of people use today. But this was the last generation of the square vans, and again, it was a long run.
And they didn't come four-wheel drive new. This is a conversion, but there was a freewheeling package.
Oh yeah, so
about that?
Yeah, so this van specifically, I used to run a Comanche years ago, and my wife, our youngest son, went off to college at Marshall, so she started riding in the Comanche with me. If anybody knows the Cherokee or Comanche are real small, so I said, "Hey, you going to keep running with me?" She said, "Yeah, I think I will. I'm having fun." And I said, "Well, let's build something else." So I had this as a kid, as a Matchbox. It was this big. So Ford, from 1979 to 1981, this van specifically was considered the Ford Freewheeling package. Now the colors were a little more muted. I picked a little more vibrant of a color, but the stripe package was exactly like that. And as a kid, I thought, man, if I ever grow up, and if I ever can, I'd love this to be real, just like anyone that played with the Matchbox. So the reason that this van looks the way it does and why it's here getting ready to be backed into the BFG booth is because we always wanted to build it, and I had a Matchbox as a kid that was just like this. So if you guys are down here this weekend and you want to stop by and see us, we'll be at the BFG booth. That's Tina, and that's our little dog Disco right there. So if you get a chance, come and see us. We'd love to show you the van.
I appreciate the opportunity. I came over and I saw this van. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I have a Ford Econoline camper van myself, and my viewers are very familiar with it, but not this body style. I have the newer rounded style.
Yeah.
And I can't believe there's like no rust on this thing.
No, it's completely rust free. We found it as a cargo van in Lynchburg, just south of here. And a guy had it as a backup van for his electrical company. And we went ahead and came down and bought it, brought it home. It was just a little 2-wheel drive van. We did the 4-wheel drive conversion on it because that's what we always wanted to do. And now we use it. Now we use it to lead groups through West Virginia. We do a lot of tour work in West Virginia, a lot of guide work. And again, we travel all over the country in it.
What's the power plant?
It's a 302 right now, but actually we were talking coming up here, we've got a 351 coming. We're going to be moving up to a 351 because, as you can tell, she's heavy. I'd say she comes in around 9,000 pounds.
My van is an E350 with the V10 engine.
That's a good one.
Weight's 9,600 pounds. I'm 10.3.
That's a good motor, though. I like that motor.
It is 7 miles a gallon.
But it's strong.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's strong.
I only get 10 with a 302. and I'm in the trucker lane on every hill. So.
Well, this is awesome. I appreciate the opportunity. I wish you success here at Overland East, and maybe I'll see you down in Baja.
Of course.
All right.
We'll see y'all.
This is New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.